Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Shawnee and we are Glitzy Stitches Home DIY. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Today we're participating in the Mystery Napkin Exchange Challenge. It's hosted by my friend Sarah of Sunflowers and DIYing, and her co-host today is At Home with Gigi. I received my package today from Cindy at Z9 Designs, and look in my link below. I sent my package, the package that I sent out to Sharon from Cheap to Chic. I'll have each of their channel links in my description box below. Follow the playlist. This is going to be a good one. Okay, let's see what Cindy has sent me. Oh, goodness. A lot of goodies in here. Oh, my goodness. This is so cool. What does this say? Hi, Shawnee. Here is your ticket for making some fabulous DIYs, Cindy. How cute is that? That's a great idea, Cindy. All right, let's see what we have here. This is awesome. Keeps it from getting wet in case there's rain on the way. Oh my goodness, Cindy, these are so cool. Thank you so much. Look at this. Oh my goodness, that's awesome, awesome ideas. Let's see, we have some file tabs. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Some little stickies. These are cool. Oops, these got stuck together a little bit. These are cool. Awesome, awesome. All right. This is cool. Like double-sided. That is awesome. Some stars. Okay, let's see. Oh, mini napkins. Those are beautiful. Some chevron. Those are beautiful as well. Straws. Super, super cool. Football. Those are really cool. Oh, these are gorgeous. Oh, those are pretty. These are great for the fall, actually. Those are so pretty. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, here we go. Absolutely gorgeous. And if you've been with me a minute, you know I am a big fan of plaid. So I love these. See? All right. Awesome. Okay, Cindy, thank you very much. I'm going to put my head together here and we're going to see what we can come up with. DIY number one, I have this tag that I purchased. Actually, I received from Woodpeckers Crafts. And what I'm going to do is, this is an easy one, guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this little beautiful napkin. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to separate the plies. I'm going to take some Mod Podge. I'm just using the matte finish Mod Podge. I'm going to put it all over our tag. This is simple, simple, guys. So pretty. Our tag just like so. Okay. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to place my napkin, the whole thing, the whole seam, just right on the top of our tag. Right like that. So pretty. I love this pattern. I'm just going to pat it like so. And we're going to let this dry. And as soon as we're sure this is dry, we're going to take a piece of parchment, place it all the way over our tag. I have my little mini heat press here. I will have this linked in my description box below. I'm simply running my iron over this, making sure that your Mod Podge is dry first, guys. Just like so. This is so pretty. All right. Go just like this. This is going to really adhere the napkin to this tag. Pull this up. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to wait till this cools. I'm going to cut around it. Then we're going to take our file and we're going to file around our piece. Using a nail file I picked up at the Dollar Tree, just an emery board, we're going to lightly, in one motion down, take the extra napkin off of our tag, just like that. Our tag, we're just going to go ahead and take any sharp object. I'm just going to take the end of this like this. And I'm going to just make sure that our hole goes all the way through. Now for the edges, guys, you can leave it plain if you want to. I'm going to see what it will look like if I take my marker from Recollections and I'm just going to go all the way around the edges just like this, just to give it a little bit of color. I'm going to go all the way around my tag. Just like that, just all around the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just gives it a little bit of age and a finished look. Okay, and to finish this DIY, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of jute twine, just like this. Cut a little bit off. We're going to go ahead. We're going to double it. We're going to wrap it through our tag. This, I love this. This is so cute. And there you go. And if you wanted to add a little bow to this, you could, or any extra trim, you could also do that. But this is just so simple and so beautiful. And I really, really love the way this turned out. So, so cute. Okay, and on to DIY number 2. And for DIY number 2, I have this little wooden truck from the Dollar Tree. And what we're going to do is we're going to get out the Mod Podge again. And I'm going to, everywhere I want the napkin I'm going to use to stick, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the Mod Podge, just like so. Everywhere I want this napkin to stick. And try to avoid the areas you do not want it to stick. Okay, so we're going to put it on the cab of the truck. Okay, just like this. Just in the center of the bed of our truck. Right in the center, on the back. Okay. And we're going to be using the football napkin for this one that Cindy sent me, just like this. Put it back here, just like so. Make sure it's good and coated, just like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to get the napkin. Make sure that it is, the first ply is taken off. Place our football napkin over the truck, just like this, and we're going to press right down into where, we'll use our little straw for this, press right down into where you want this to stick. Okay. Again, you can use your brayer for this if you like. I just want this to stick nice and good, just like so. Okay, I'm going to make sure this is dry. We're going to come back and we're going to remove the rest of it. Cut the excess right off, just like so. Do not have to be neat about this one, guys. This should stick to where we want it to stick and not where we don't. Okay, just like that. Now what we're going to do, it should be easily removed from the spots that we do not need it to stick. We're going to take our file. We're going to go around just like so. All the way around, and we'll come back and remove the parts that have no Mod Podge. For the holes, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to take our little tool here. This is just a little palette tool from painting. We're going to just remove the excess in the windows, just like so, nice and crisp, just like that. Hubcaps, we're going to simply take just like so, right over our Mod Podge, just like this. And we're going to put our plaid napkin over our piece like this. Just pat it down just like that. We're going to let it dry completely, and we're going to do the tissue paper method once again. Adorable is that. I think this turned out so cute. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some of the black chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to pour a little bit of this in our dish. That's plenty. We're going to go ahead, we're going to take a smaller paintbrush. We're going to go ahead and we're going to paint our tires just like that. If you get any on your little napkin, no fret. We can fix that later, just like that. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to paint each tire with our chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to use some of the brushed metal in the color silver. I received this from BB Craft. Excuse me, I received this from Plaid, not BB Craft. Don't know what I was thinking. All right, we're going to take our brush right over this. Now this is lighter, guys, so it might take 2 coats of this, especially to cover up the black I got all over this hubcap. So we're going to go ahead and let these dry, and we'll go back over it with another coat. For our final touch on our little beat up farm truck, we're going to go ahead, and Cindy sent me these straws. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something with those straws. So what I want to do is I'm going to go down each strip of what would be the lattice on our truck bed. I'm going to go just like this. I'm going to take some hot glue, run it right down the napkin, just like this. Just like this. Only in the center of our lattice for our truck bed. And I'm going to leave these just as is. Okay, we're going to do that same step again, right here for this one. Put that down. I love it, guys. A little beat up farm truck. It's so cute. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on. We're going to come back, and for our final reveal of our little beat up farm truck, I think it's adorable. It's the little farm truck that could. Be right back with our final reveal. And there we go. I think this turned out absolutely adorable. It's the little farm truck that could. It's done its work in its day, you can certainly tell, but I think this is adorable. Okay, and on to our third and final DIY. For our third and final DIY, what we're going to do is I have these 2 blocks that my husband cut me. They are 2x4s, and they are 4 inches by 3 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So what I'm going to do is I have our Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin, and I'm going to go ahead. This is a brand new jar, so this pumpkin paint should be beautiful. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint both blocks on only 3 sides, the back and the 2 sides. We're going to use the plain side, not painted, for our napkin. Same technique. I absolutely adore this technique. Can't help it. I know I use it a lot, but it's so effective. The first napkin we're going to be using is we're going to use the maroon colored that Cindy sent me, and I have to take the ply off of it. We're going to go ahead. We're going to put our Mod Podge on. Go ahead and apply it right to the board. Now this maroon burgundy colored napkin, maroon burgundy, I don't know which it is, but it's beautiful, is very thin. Okay, very, very thin. So be careful here. Let's go ahead and apply it just like so. Being very careful. We're stretching. I'm just going to tap on it just like so. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to make sure this is dry. I'm going to come back and I'm going to go around it with my sanding sponge after we press it. We're going to take our file and we're going to go right around just like so. Nice clean edge. Perfect. Comes right off. We have our cornucopia napkin layered now, but I'm not going to be using the pumpkin part. Look at this. This is so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the faux wood part of this napkin. It is gorgeous, guys, and it looks just like birch, I want to say. So let's go just like this. Again with our Mod Podge right over our wood. I love, love, love doing this. Now, here we go with our faux wood. Oh my gosh, I love this pattern. Don't know what it is, but I sure do. Gonna show through a little bit of orange. That's okay. And I have 2 of the little wood pieces from the packages at Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue those right in the center of the top of our little wood blocks. Just like so. I love these. I think they're so cute. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some greenery real quick. For our greenery today, I'm going to use these leaves. These are absolutely gorgeous. They are a silver color with a little bit of maroon on them. I just think they're beautiful. Got to figure out how we're going to put it on here. Yes, I might. It's stuck on there really, really good. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to stick it right like that. That's so pretty. Go ahead right here. Lay our leaf right down. I love this. Okay, just like so. You can pull off any glue webs you get. And so pretty. Now, we're going to do the same on this one. Right here, just like that. That's perfect. A little bit of hot glue. There we go. Love it. Okay, guys, and we're going to get either a floral or a bow. I'm not real sure yet. We'll come back and we'll add those. We're going to call this a finished DIY. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and take our little mini mums here. I'm going to cut it right down to the nub, just like that. Okay, the other part fell off. That's fine. We'll just put some hot glue on this, just like so. We're going to glue it right here. And we're going to call this a finished pumpkin. Oh, this is so pretty, guys. Guys, go ahead and check out the playlist. Check out Sarah, our host today, and Gigi's channel, our co-host. Again, I will have them in the description box below. They are awesome. Okay. And if you like what you've seen today, go ahead and give me a great big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell next to your subscription and you'll be notified each time I upload new video. I can also be found on Instagram and Facebook at Glitzy Stitches Home DIY. There we go. Okay, and it's time for a final reveal. And our final reveal. And if you enjoyed today's video, here's something you may also like.